A lot of big stories in this video: AEW, Discovery, ROH, Vince McMahon, Chris Jericho. I mean, we're talking about a lot of stuff, guys. So make sure you check out the timestamps down in the description down below. We're going to kick things off with Vince McMahon. According to Dave Meltzer, things at Friday Night SmackDown were business as usual. Of course, Vince McMahon has the entire social media world talking. And one thing that I thought was very specifically interesting, Chris Jericho appeared on the True Gordy podcast, and this was a very interesting thing because he spoke about the Vince McMahon allegations, and he was asked if he was surprised about any of this alleged, payout. And basically, Chris Jericho says, not really. I mean, is it a surprise in any industry when it happens? And really, when you look at it, it really is not illegal. He had an affair, paid the lady off to not say anything, and moved on. So it's almost like, okay. And people want to jump on it, but there's still always an undertone of, it's wrestling. It's just wrestling. If you look at that, story came out with a bang, and then you haven't really heard about anything since. If this was Hollywood with Harvey Weinstein and that sort of thing, but the difference between that was he was holding women back from getting gigs, obviously in reference to Harvey Weinstein. He would say, you either bang me or you don't get the starring role. In Vince's thing, there was a mutual acknowledgement of this affair that he paid the lady to say nothing. She took the money. So, I really know Vince well, and it sucks that it happened. It sucks that he did it, but is anything going to really happen from it? I really don't think so. A lot of people actually don't think a lot of things are going to be happening from this unless Vince McMahon specifically removes himself from power. He is the majority shareholder in WWE. Right now, he is still running creative in the company. So for those who kind of want to have an understanding of what exactly is happening here, nothing has really happened yet. Yes, there's been a lot of stuff published by Wall Street Journal, but it appears that Vince McMahon is not going anywhere just yet. All right, guys. Shark Week is coming. Discovery is obviously wanting AEW to be part of Shark Week. And we knew during Friday Night Rampage when we saw Eddie Kingston versus Chris Jericho announced, we knew that this was Shark Week because there will be a shark cage to prevent Jericho Appreciation Society from interfering in Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho's match. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is not because of the match announcement. Yes, it's a fantastic idea. Yes, it makes a lot of sense. And yes, it's actually a good storyline that we have between Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho. So I think it makes a ton of sense for this storyline to culminate at Shark Week, Dynamite, July 20th. This is going to make Dynamite feel important. This is an important storyline. There's a lot of people who are attached to the storyline. And one of the best parts about this, it just goes to show you how great AEW's relationship is with Discovery, because a lot of people were very, very curious with Warner Media being merged into Discovery, executives leaving and this type of thing, like what is going to happen to AEW and their relationship. And obviously we'll get to ROH in a minute, but when it comes to AEW participating in Shark Week, this is another good sign for AEW and their relationship with Discovery. People are talking about ratings. Again, we constantly have this conversation on social media, on YouTube, on Twitch. If you're not following me on Twitch, make sure you guys follow me on Twitch. But we're constantly having this conversation about ratings, and I've been saying, there is way more stuff that needs to be addressed than just ratings. AEW has done a really good job. Whether or not they go after this casual audience, they've done a really good job of maintaining their core audience. And their core audience, I believe, is large enough to keep them going and to keep TV partners and advertisers happy. So as long as AEW is abiding by some of the rules and stipulations that Discovery gets them, if Discovery says, hey, we don't want you to swear, then AEW is going to have to remove swearing. But if Discovery is not asking them for that to happen, then all they got to do is just keep doing what they're doing. And I think that's what makes AEW a viable option. There's no conversation between, I don't think there's a conversation that should be had that's between me and fans saying, oh, well, AEW is better or worse than WWE. Because at the end of the day, I think AEW's competition is just them being the best version of themselves as possible. That is what's going to make Tony Khan have a profitable wrestling company. That is what's going to make Tony Khan and AEW get large TV deals. If you focus on the competition with everyone else, and if you're so focused on beating everyone else, the problem is you tend to lose yourself. And I have a very strong feeling that Tony Khan has realized, especially in recent weeks, that he knows that in order to have successful television partners, you got to be creating compelling TV. And we're starting to see Tony Khan go back into doing storylines. That was evident with Blood and Guts and the follow-through episode after that. It also became evident when watching Rampage. So Shark Week is a real thing. The relationship between Discovery and AEW is good. This is a good sign of things to come, and I'm excited about this. Which leads me to ROH, because as you guys know, Ring of Honor is going to be having Death by Dishonor before the end of the month. So in just a week or two, they are going to have this new pay-per-view, you know, and it's not a new pay-per-view, but they're going to have this pay-per-view. It's the second pay-per-view under the AEW umbrella or Tony Khan umbrella, but really this is the first one without any ties to the previous management. So this is the first event for AEW's Tony Khan to go full force. And there are rumors that at this event, Tony Khan will have a major announcement in regards to a TV deal. Now, if everything is being said correctly about AEW's relationship with Discovery, then I think I go back to my original prediction months and months before AEW, Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor, right? Before Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor, my original prediction was True TV. Now, again, we don't know what the rumor is. We don't know what they're going to announce. We don't know what kind of substance there is to this. But if there is any substance to the rumor that this will be the event that completely turns into a transitional point for Tony Khan and AEW and ROH to come together, then I believe that TV deal gets announced and we'll start to get an idea of TV tapings, roster, and things like that. And that's only something that's going to happen once Tony Khan and AEW or ROH make that announcement. I prefer ROH to be a live show. I prefer it not to be pre-taped, but we'll find out what happens as time goes by. All right, guys, AEW canceled plans. I thought this was a very interesting read this past weekend. Marco Stunt revealed recently that there was a pitch storyline, and one of the things that was pitched was this idea between him working with Paul White, aka The Big Show. He said specifically, me and him talked about doing an angle. I am getting beat week after week, bullied, and then he's on commentary. I'm getting bullied 1 week, and finally he gets tired of it and throws his mic down and comes down to the ring and saves me. And yeah, he was pitching it to me. Actually, yeah, then we can form this best buddy duo, and I'll be your best friend. And he's like, man, I'll play it up so well. He's like, this is my best friend, and he started singing. So this is a really, really funny thing to me, and I'm going to explain why. I see a lot of people on social media, they're going to hate this idea of Marco Stunt and Big Show Paul White being together. However, if this would have led to Paul White versus Luchasaurus, that could have been a really good singles feud to put Luchasaurus over. This could have been a pretty big storyline for Luchasaurus to get involved with Paul White. I don't think the idea, look, Marco Stunt, great, but at the end of the day, it's just, there's way too many better things going on than for a storyline like this to go through. Now, if a storyline like this actually did end up happening and you have Paul White versus Luchasaurus would have needed that one major singles feud to get him over as a singles guy. This could have eventually been that. Yeah, it's obviously canceled plans. They didn't go along with it. Marco Stunt was no longer signed to the company, but just an idea of some canceled plans. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below.